Hello! My name is Anna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be discussing 8 mental health myths and why they're wrong. First of all is the belief that mental health issues are rare. That is not at all true, not even the slightest. According to a study led by Harvard Medical School, 1 out of every 2 people in the world will develop a mental health disorder in their lifetime. And that's a lot of people, meaning that mental health issues aren't as rare as you think. Even if someone doesn't have a diagnosed condition, they may still struggle with their mental health during tough times like stress, grief, or major life changes. It's part of being human. Mental health struggles aren't rare. In reality, they're just not talked about enough. The next one that is said way too often is that mental health issues are just in your head and your mental health doesn't have a physical effect on you. Spoiler alert, you're wrong. Mental health struggles and issues are real. Just because you can't see the pain doesn't mean it's not there. As for poor mental health affecting your physical health, there is actual scientific proof that it does. An article by Healthline, which I recommend reading, states that mental health struggles like anxiety and depression can cause things like headaches, migraines, muscle soreness, stomach pain, digestive issues, sleep problems, constantly feeling tired and sluggish, and chest pains. There is so much more to mental health than you think. Another myth is that you can easily tell if someone is struggling. Although you may think you know the signs, some people are better at hiding things than others. Someone might seem happy and put together, but inside they could be deeply struggling. This is why it is so important to check in with the people around you. And I don't mean just like a casual, "How are you?" I mean like having an actual deep and real conversation. This also kind of ties in with the myth that if you're functioning then you're fine, which again is not true. Just because someone is functioning on the outside doesn't mean they aren't struggling on the inside. You'll never know what is going through someone's head. The fourth myth is that children don't experience mental health problems. Newsflash, that is a complete lie and absolute trash. Mental health conditions can affect anyone of any age, young or old. Some people think that children and teens can't struggle with mental health because they haven't lived long enough to know the struggles of the real world, but there is no age limit or age requirement to be struggling with your mental health. Research shows that about 1 in 10 Australian kids aged 4 to 11 have a mental health disorder, which is a lot if you think about it. Then in the US, even more research shows that 1 in 7 children aged 3 to 17 has a diagnosed mental health condition. And lastly, in the UK, it's found that 1 in 5 children and young people aged 8 to 25 had a mental disorder in 2023. This is a really big issue that needs more attention brought to it because mental health doesn't just affect adults. The next myth is that therapy is for weak people. Reality check incoming. Getting help is actually the bravest thing you can do. I know from personal experience that asking for help is not easy. It takes a lot of courage. The idea that therapy is for weak people is utterly stupid. Another thing I'd like to bring up is that seeing a therapist or psychologist or counselor should be normalized. You don't need to be in a crisis to receive support. Everyone should be able to get support for their mental health. And I strongly believe that everyone should be seeing a psychologist or someone for their mental health the same way that everyone sees a doctor for their physical health. Myth number 6 is that you just need to think positive to feel better. Yeah, no, that's not how this works. I will admit that focusing on the little things and learning to be more grateful does actually help improve your mental well-being. However, it doesn't fix everything. Like, saying that to someone with depression will not help them, and in some cases will make them feel even worse for not being able to think more positively. This also applies to telling someone with anxiety to just stop worrying, or telling someone with PTSD that you just need to stop thinking about it. These comments really don't help, and these are not ways to fix the person. Telling someone with an eating disorder that you just need to eat is not going to solve their issues either. You can't just snap out of mental health struggles, and I wish more people knew that. Another common mental health myth is that men don't struggle with their mental health. Excuse me? I don't know what planet you come from, but that is 100 gazillion% wrong. Men can struggle with their mental health just as much as women do, or even more. Recent data indicates that globally, men are more than twice as likely to die by suicide. This is because of the stigma, myths, and misconceptions around mental health, specifically men's mental health. Social norms and expectations pressure men to be strong, stoic, and independent. Society has set up all of these weird rules and expectations like
boys don't cry, man up, stop acting like a girl, and men shouldn't have mental health struggles, that's weak and unmanly.
which is totally ridiculous. If you believe any of those things, then you are not welcome here. The door is right there. Go. Beliefs like this can make men much less likely to speak up. Of course, I'm not a guy, duh, so I don't have personal experience with the topic of men's mental health. So if you yourself are a guy and have struggled or are currently struggling with your mental health, I would love to hear your input and opinion on this topic. The final mental health myth is that talking about suicide is attention seeking. I'm sorry, Karen, I didn't realize it was attention seeking to raise awareness to the third leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds. Talking about mental health struggles and having a real, open, and honest discussion is so important. You should never dismiss someone who talks about suicide. It is a serious cry for help and should be taken seriously. Evidence from the World Health Organization shows that more than 720,000 people die due to suicide every year. That is an enormous number. Having simple conversations where you check in with others around you could save a life. So as long as it is done in a respectful manner, then talking about suicide should not be seen as a bad thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learnt something new. Please comment any questions, suggestions, or tips you have for me. Also feel free to info dump or vent in the comment section. This is a safe place for your thoughts and interests. If you would like to know more about the topic of mental health or where I got the information for this video from, I have linked it all in the description down below, so make sure to go check that out. Again, thanks for watching till the end, it really means a lot to me. I hope you have an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I hope to see you in my next YouTube video. Goodbye!